everyone, welcome back to Beards, Bourbon, and Games. Today, we're going to talk about the Microsoft launch. So, I am your co-host, In the Face again, Corey the Conqueror, and with me, I have Mike.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Big Jim couldn't be here today with us, but he gave us our blessing to go forth and give you guys our experiences of another painful day of pre-orders.
Yep. And so we just want to share some of our experiences, our comments. We want to compare them to Sony because, you know, why not? That's the popular thing to do. Don't you agree, Private Rocky? Good dog. All right.
Check Corey's mental health after episode. Okay, ready to go.
So, we'll kick this episode off with asking Mike. Mike, how did your pre-order experience go, and did you get an Xbox?
Well, first off, this time, Xbox, as you all know, Xbox said, hey, we're going to come out and we're going to give you the exact time when it's available and all the stores are going to go live. And they said all the stores are going to go live. All the stores are going to go live. They didn't.
I don't think they did.
They didn't. That's correct, Conqueror Corey. So, luckily, again, my great supportive nerd wife was off, so she was going to try to help me get one. I'm on BestBuy.com. She's on Walmart.com. We get on there. 11 o'clock hits. Things start to crash. It's to be expected. We knew it was coming. Bots are hitting it hard. They're supposed to have a bunch of stock. We got this. Walmart.com is where she goes to first. Gets her information typed in. Out of stock. We're talking in the first minute. Well, I get a message that pops up that says, hey, I got one from a dear friend of ours. What? Yeah, I got this weird message saying it was out of stock because it was a glitch, and then I clicked again and got it. So we proceeded to do that for the next, 10 minutes. Whole time I'm refreshing, Best Buy's not going live. What's going on? Is Best Buy just changed their mind, or what? Yeah, just over and over again. Just keep clicking.
Break the phone, toss the phone away. New one!
Have them all lined up. That's the problem. I didn't have enough computers. Need more screens! So I tried there, wasn't having any luck. But this time Target goes live. I haven't bought anything from Target online in years. So I'm like...
It's still a thing?
Right? So eventually I'm like, hey, I'm going to get on here. My thinking is I'm going to be able to get it from Walmart or Best Buy. I don't need a backup. Should have had a backup. Nothing happens with Walmart. Best Buy's still not coming up. Me and her fight trying to get into Target. Neither of us are able to get in there. We get in there, get it added to cart. I'm super excited. We're going to go. It's going to happen. No, fails. At this point, we don't know when Best Buy is going to go live, and Amazon has not gone live at this point. I also tried Microsoft.com, which was a huge shit show, and we'll let Corey talk about that in his story, because that was, to me, that was the worst one. I don't know how Microsoft wasn't prepared for that, but I'm like, all right, well, it's 30 minutes till 12, which is when GameStop opens. She's like, I'll run to GameStop. I'll get in line. I'll get one that way. Runs across town, gets there. There's not very long of a line, but there's a line. Dude comes out, says, hey, guess what? We opened early at 11 o'clock, and we're out of pre-orders. GameStop had no signs, had no nothing. It was, our local GameStop anyway, didn't post anything on their social media. Well, I'm sitting there, and then I click on GameStop trying to get into their website, and I get a queue. So I'm like, oh, great, I'm in a freaking queue. So I drag it to the side and leave it. About this time, Microsoft decides to go live at like 11:51. This is our time, 11:51. I know it's 8, whatever, Pacific time. Hop in, bots got them hard. They're gone in under like 8 minutes or something stupid. Same thing with Amazon. Amazon came live, got under a minute. About the time I was starting to lose hope, I got through the queue on GameStop. Everything was sold out but a bundle, and I was forced to buy a bundle. But I'm happy for it, because I've got one. And I'm excited to get it. I'm excited for it to come in. Excited to play it. A little less upset with GameStop. Still upset with GameStop.
That's part of the course. That's GameStop we're talking about here. So I mean, they're used to getting hated no matter what they do.
Exactly. Mr. CC, what was your experience like?
Oh, let me tell you, Mike, about my experience.
Let me kick back here and grab a good one.
So I have two screens. I have my computer up, and I have my phone up, and it just so happens that that this whole live thing correlated with my break, and I was like, oh, cool, because releasing something in the middle of a work day, in the middle of the week, for the 9 to 5ers is totally a great idea, Microsoft. You keep it up. You keep being you, okay? Don't change. So here I am, right? I'm prepping myself. I'm like, it's like 10 minutes till, and I'm like, okay, I got this. I am going to get a launch day console. The last time I got a launch day console was the Nintendo Switch. If I can get a Nintendo Switch on launch day, I could get anything on a launch day.
Ooh. Ooh.
So it's exactly 10:53 Eastern time. I'm sitting here. I'm messaging yours truly, Mike. I'm going back and forth, sending memes like the Lord of the Rings. So it begins. Memes started raining from me. So it begins, because I knew what was waiting on me the other side. The Skynet of bots was on the other end of that barrier, and it was going to come through, and I was going to be the John Connor of this pre-order.
You were going to lead the revolution to get the Xbox.
So, it hits 10:57, and I'd already decided I want an Xbox Series S. I've told Mike I want an Xbox Series S. I've said all along, I want the S because I have a 1080p television. And then whatever it is in the back of my mind clicked and said, you know what? I think I want the X. 2 minutes till launch. This is the time not to be indecisive. And I'm sitting here trying to go, X, look at this. Look at the X, X, S, S, X. Ah! And so I'm texting Mike. I'm like, dude, I think I want an X. Mike, being the total friend he is, because he helps me with my indecision, he said, well, get whatever you feel like, bro.
Words of wisdom.
So I decided I'm going to get an X. I'm on Microsoft's website because I was like, no one's going to hit Microsoft's website. No one likes to buy anything from Microsoft. I'm going to go on Microsoft because I'm going to slip by there. I'm going to get in before the bots get in, and I'm going to get out. I was wrong. It is now 10:59. I hit the refresh button, and I noticed, it's not loading as fast as it did last time I clicked refresh. And then it dawned on me, oh no, the bots have already started. It finally reloaded 5 minutes after 11. I've seen the precious add to cart button, and I was like, oh yes, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to get me an Xbox Series S. I am going to get that mini fridge. So I click that bad boy. It slowly brings me on into the cart, or brings me on the page. I add it to the cart. I'm like, I'm going to do this. Hey, proceed to checkout. It brings me to my review order screen. I changed, something happened with my address, and I had to update it. I updated my address. I went to confirm the order. It spun and spun and spun and spun. And I was like, crap, it's not going to do anything. So after about 5 minutes, I hit the refresh on my phone. I just did a simple swap down. Right as I swapped down, it populated the screen and then reloaded.
Oh! Oh!
It finally went through, and I said, I have time. I still have time. And I hit the pre-order button, and I got the dreaded, we cannot ship to your country.
Oh, God.
So a company that's based in America can't ship to, the United States of America cannot ship to the United States of America. So that's good to know for future reference in case you ever need to order on launch day. Remember, they can't ship to the United States. So I tried that for a little bit, and I'm like, I ain't getting nowhere with this. So I was like, well, I guess I might as well just go ahead and get the S. Well, I can't get through on the S either. So I'm like, well, crap, I'm not getting none of them then. Okay. Meanwhile, I check eBay because everybody else is sold out, right? I go to Target. It lets me put it in the cart. When I go to check out, it magically disappears from the cart.
Same issue we were
Put it in the cart, disappear. Put it in the cart. Meanwhile, I'll go over to the Best Buy, and they're like, what Xbox launch? It just is coming soon.
Right.
They don't want you it's out of stock. They want you to go back. So I decided, well, I ain't getting nothing here. I go on eBay, and there's already auctions posted, like order confirmed, $750. So I'm messaging Mike. I'm like, crap, have you had any luck? I don't hear anything from Mike. I said, okay, so he's probably got about 500 browsers open at the moment.
Mm-hmm. I did.
So it now hits lunchtime. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to work while I'm sitting refreshing the browser on my phone, and I'm just checking. I'm like, crap. And I'm just every so often in between what I'm doing tasks where I got to wait at work, I do a swap. It's now lunchtime. It is now an hour and 30 minutes. Well, actually, I can tell you what exactly what time I ordered this thing. It was an hour and 26 minutes after launch. I was saying, there's no way I'm getting any Xbox.
Yeah.
Well, while I was eating lunch, I noticed that obviously the Xbox Series X was out of stock, but I saw the S was in. And I was like, you know what? Just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to press this. I press it. It adds to the cart. Now, this is on Microsoft Store, by the way. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to proceed to the next step. And the next step, it's still sluggish, mind you. I'm still fighting those bots. I got my Phase 2 plasma rifle, and I'm gunning down bots left and right. I'm crawling through the mud. There's that truck, that junky truck with the machine gun, getting chased by hunter killers. It's a real war zone still. There's dead bodies everywhere. Well, I get to that final screen where I place my order, and I was like, I'm going to press it. It's fun. And I was like, oh, here it goes again. And it goes, thank you for your order.
Oh.
And boom, got an email.
Yes.
So I do have an Xbox Series S. We will be doing an opening on this channel and comparing the two because Mike has the mini fridge. I have the boom box. Lots of people died on the internet today to get that boom box. I emerged from the mud, in the blood, in the scrap.
How do you feel about the launch overall?
So this launch, I do feel was a lot, and I know people are right now. The Sony fanboys are just blowing up Twitter and saying, "Oh, look at that! You all judging." Yes, it was bad. It was chaotic, but everybody had a chance because everybody knew what time it was. Now, granted, the websites couldn't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually heard stories about GameStop's waiting room that you got put in. One guy said he waited 30 minutes and it refreshed and kicked him to the back of the line.
Yep, that happened to a friend of mine. He had the same thing happen to him.
Yeah, I think it went good in the sense that they were clear, they were precise. There was no launch it now, and they said, hey guys, it's going down this time. You be ready, bots or not. And a lot of people seem to have got their Xbox. I think there was probably a bigger supply of Xboxes than there was PlayStation, to be honest with you.
I feel that way too. I definitely feel like there was more Xboxes.
Yeah, I found it ironic that went down. But, at the end of the day, a lot of people got their stuff. Even the scalpers, too. But we'll don't worry. We'll get to you all. Your time's coming.
Yeah, I'm pretty aggravated with those scalpers. But I have to agree with you. As a PlayStation fanboy, I felt powerless during the PS5 launch. I felt like I was so far behind that I didn't know what was going on. I didn't have a chance to prepare. Even though I thought I wasn't going to get an Xbox this time, I was less hurt about that because I felt like I had a fighting chance. I do feel like there was more of them because I feel like the pre-orders last longer. Like there was a little bit more time than it was with the PS5. And I feel like the scalpers still were a huge issue. I did notice that something that Walmart, for example, Walmart implemented a CAPTCHA program that they didn't have with the PS5. It was part of the Xbox launch. I think that may have helped a lot. Like I said, I have friends who just got their Xboxes just fine on Walmart real quick, except for that one error. And I think the reason why we got the error may be because they implemented the CAPTCHA program at the same time they implemented the pre-orders to go live.
Yeah, because that's always a great idea.
Right. Let's implement a new piece of software No problem. There was a thing on Xbox. Some of you may have noticed. I'm sorry, on Best Buy. When they first went live, they had a build a bundle button instead of a pre-order button. So you had to actually click on the build a order button, and then you could get onto there and actually add it to cart. It was really weird.
Microsoft did that too. You had a configure now button.
Yep.
I wonder. So that was anti-bot stuff then?
I don't know if it may have been anti-bot. It kind of felt that way to me because, I mean, it forced you to have more clicks to be able to get things. And the thing with bots is that they're programmed to do a certain set of rules. Go here, click this, buy it, make sure the process is complete, post onto eBay. The more steps they can add, that's not the norm, the better. So, that may have been some things they cooked up to cause it to stop bots. But, I mean, eventually the pre-order button did come up there, so it may have been up for just like the first little bit to kind of give them a stutter step.
You want to really stop bots? Implement Google image capture.
Oh, it stops me all the time. I can't do anything right with that sucker.
It's like, pick all the squares with a bus, and you see the one square that has that tiny inch of a pixel of a bus corner on it, and you're like, do I click it? Do I not click it? Do I do? And you do, and it ends up being wrong, and you go right back to the start.
But, I mean, overall, I think Xbox did a good job with their launch. I know there's still a lot of complaints about it. I was pretty upset in the initial wave. No one's, like, a few people didn't seem to upgrade their system at all from the PlayStation fiasco. Like, I don't think Walmart was ready for the influx. I think they tried to be ready for the influx of traffic, but I don't think they were ready. Same thing with Best Buy. Amazon kept going down when their pre-orders did go live. You got to see the cute dogs that said, sorry, here's a dog, don't be upset.
Sorry.
That dog has set me off. I'm triggered. Ah! But, I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm glad we got the system. It was a lot easier to get this than the PS5.
Yeah, I agree, too. I think good job, Microsoft. I think you handled it the best you could. Obviously, these kinds of things are crazy. It did last longer. It definitely lasted longer than the RTX 3080 series.
That's for sure.
Snatched all by bots, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And a company that hosts those bots was actually on Twitter bragging about helping people get them through their bots.
Mm-hmm.
They're to sell, of course. Then they're not going to use those. One thing I think is interesting, though, is and I'm sure you all have seen on the Beers, Bourbon, and Games Facebook page, and if you haven't, feel free to join us and take a look. Bethesda is now a first-party Microsoft studio, and I cannot think of a more perfect time to announce that than a day before the launch of your new console, because even though they said, hey, we're going to commit to the third-party exclusive and stuff, the question in the back of everyone's mind is, moving forward, does that mean all the Elder Scrolls and everything are going to be Xbox exclusive platforms? Which I say Xbox, I mean PC and Xbox, of course, because they're all considered Xbox. Even the PC is considered an Xbox platform of sorts.
Yep. They definitely increased their hype more. I mean, it's like, hey, our hype's dying down. Let's increase the hype. Press the hype button. We own Bethesda. I mean,
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either.
There wasn't even no hint or rumor of it. And it was just like, bam, Monday morning, Google News hits me and says, hey, by the way, we bought. Someone shared it to me at work, and I thought it was like, oh, they're just putting the Bethesda games on Game Pass. Okay, okay, I can see that. Bethesda and Microsoft, they're kind of like this, they're buds. And then I read, and it's like, holy crap, they joined them.
That's what I thought too originally. I thought it was just being added to Game Pass, but no, they literally own the studio now, which is such a smart move. And I mean, all those games are going to go to Xbox Game Pass day one, and with the increase in cost of video games in general, Xbox One Pass, it's more appealing to get that. I mean, think about it. You're paying what? It's $149 a year. Is that right? $15 a month. A little bit more.
$120 a year.
$120 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So you're paying $120 a year. 2 games are going to cost you that on Xbox now, because that games are $69.99, $70. Let's say it as it is. That was a home run for Microsoft. Just a home run for them buying Bethesda. And Bethesda's had some issues lately. I mean, a lot of people have not been very happy with the direction they've been going.
To kind of add on to what you were saying, the Bethesda, I think a lot of their going downhill was the result of their CEO. Mm-hmm. He obviously he was more of a businessman than he is, focused on gaming, which is not a bad thing. Most companies are. It's just that it seemed to get worse and worse the more power that person got.
I agree with that.
So, and a lot of people still think that this spells the end of Bethesda, Microsoft owning them. But one thing you got to understand, and I'll stand by this. I think Phil Spencer was handed a crap plate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And when you look at what Xbox is today versus what it was back when the Xbox One first came out, he's done a phenomenal job handling that. Like he was given a sinking ship, and I think he's broke his neck trying to get it turned around. And I think he's done a great job with it. And I, for one, am excited that Bethesda's under Xbox, because I know that Microsoft will respect them for what they are as a studio and take care of them. Now, they could absorb their name. I don't think that's going to happen, because the name Bethesda packs a lot of weight. At least it did until a little bit of the damage was done. But now that they're free from a lot of that monetization, money grabbing, I think we'll be in a much better spot, because I don't, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, but I don't recall many, if at all, Microsoft games that have microtransactions in them.
No, not off the top of my head. I can't think of any off the top of my head that have.
Are there any first party games that and I can't think of any.
I can't think of any at all. And the thing is, too, on top of that, is Phil Spencer has already said they're going to leave Bethesda alone. During interviews, he's like, I'm just going to leave them alone. They do great. We just want the good content, and we want to be able to back them. He's like, that's what we want.
And I want to remind the internet tonight, Bethesda and Obsidian are now sister companies.
Yep.
Let that process for a second. Bethesda and Obsidian. And if that don't ring a bell, I would like to introduce you to a game known as Fallout New Vegas.
Yep.
Where it went a little bit bad between the two, and the way Obsidian handled that on their Twitter was gold. And if you have not seen it, I go on there and look at the responses. Someone actually messaged him and said, hey, does this mean that New Vegas 2 is actually a possibility? And Obsidian responded with,
I'm very, very excited. Xbox stock has gone up. Not just real stock, but I mean stock in players' mind, and mine especially, has gone way up. There's just so much excitement built around everything they're doing. The thing is, can they deliver? There's not a whole lot of launch titles coming out for the Xbox Series X. A lot of it is just, hey, here's some Xbox One titles that are getting moved over here. You see a lot of things like Valhalla. I got Valhalla as one of my bundle things, and it says on the front, optimized for Xbox Series X. What does that mean? Does it have better graphics because it's going to be played on the Series X? Is it... We just don't know what that means yet. We'll have to see. That could be where PlayStation wins, is doing the exclusives and having the games out there. I mean, Xbox could have all the great ideas in the world, but if they can't deliver, you know what I mean?
But the one thing they do got, though, is they have a bigger library, because when you think about it, you can still play your Xbox One X and One S games.
Yep.
Day one when you get, so if you're in the middle of playing a game, like I'm in the middle of playing Kingdoms of Olimar, Reckoning, and we're even doing a playthrough of it on the channel. We invite you to take a look at our video we did of it. Obviously, there's a good chance I may still be playing that when that comes out. It's going to be great to just hook up my Xbox Series S and pick up right where I left off.
Right.
Well, the last topic of this video, I guess, would be the scalpers, just to touch on them a little bit. Obviously, there's a lot of folks that do not have an Xbox, but I implore you, don't buy it from them. When you do that, you're rewarding bad behavior. And funny enough, I did see where, and I actually went on eBay and witnessed some of this. Folks are creating fake accounts and they're running up the bids on the on the scalpers listings, and they're not buying them. which I'm not going to condone that and say that, you know, that you know, it's right to do the wrong thing, but I am going to say that if something ever becomes if it becomes a waste of time and not profitable to the scalpers, that's how you get them to stop.
Exactly. I agree 100% with that. Do not buy. Wait. Xbox has said that they're going to have more on launch day. That came out recently when they thanked everybody for making the pre-order so great. They're building more. There's going to be more Xboxes. You can still play your Xbox One or your PS5 or your PS4. Just if we want this behavior to stop, we want the rushing to buy everything. We have to make it either a company like eBay has to stop it by putting in policies, which they're not going to do because let's face it, they lose money if they do that. Or we as consumers, as gamers, are going to have to band together and vote with our wallets and not do that. If you take anything away from this, don't buy it from a scalper. Because I said this before in the PS5 video. Imagine that guy who got 15 or 20 off of Amazon. No one buys any of them. He's stuck with all these systems and no money. He won't do it again. So,
or just reach out and offer to pay him MSRP plus maybe $30.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pay $30 or $50 more. To me, that's not too bad. But I'm not paying people who are charging like $8 something like that. Nope. That's a big bag of nope right there, boys.
All right, that's about all the time we have for today's video. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more of our content, be sure to just smash that subscribe button. And don't forget to enable that little ding. Get the notifications of new videos. We also do many other videos like Let's Plays. We also have the PlayStation video, which we discussed the pre-order on that. So, as always, I'm your co-host, Corey the Conqueror.
And I'm Mike.
And we'll
see ya.